Let us see the mode 1 of operation of 8254 programmable interval timer. It is called as hardware retriggerable one-shot or programmable mono-shot mode of operation. In this, as we do generally, first of all we have to program which counter we have to use, etc. using the control word register. So for example, here we have loaded a control word value in the control word register using a write operation, and then we have loaded a count 3 using the write operation again into the 8254 IC. Now the count will be present and will be loaded in 8254, but the actual counting, that is the down counting, will start only when the gate input becomes high for one duration and then again becomes low. The gate high is required just for triggering the down counting process. Until and unless it becomes high for one time period, it will not start counting. And the value on the out pin of the counter is high always. It becomes low only when the counting process is going on, down counting is going on. When it reaches the terminal count, the out value becomes high again. Okay, so now for example, here the count value 3 is loaded in 8254, but now when the high is received on the gate input, after that in the next clock cycle it has started the counting process by making the out pin value 0. So it has become 0, it has started down counting 3, 2, 1. When it has reached the terminal count 0, the value on the out pin has become high again, and it will remain high until and unless we get again the high signal on the gate input. Now when it has received the high input on the gate again, the same count is reloaded. As new count is not given, the same count 3 is reloaded and it will start its counting process 3, 2, 1 and so on. So this is mode 1. Again, let us see if again I have loaded the count value 3 and the gate has given its high, and in the next clock cycle it has started its counting process. Out was high. When it started counting, it became low. So count value 3 is decremented 3, 2, 1, and before it becomes 0 or before it has reached the terminal count, again we have received the gate high input. So as the gate high input is received, before your out input becomes high again on reaching the terminal count, it will start its counting process again without changing the value on the out pin. That means 3, 2, 1 on reaching its terminal count. As the gate high was given again, it will start its counting 3, 2, 1 and so on. Now here when it has reached the terminal count, the out value has become 0 because we have not received any high on the gate input. So like that, the count value is reloaded with the high on the gate pin. If it is received before the terminal count, the counting process will be continued without changing the out value. Now this is the another case in which first value of count is 2. So on having our gate input high, we have started the down counting of the 2 count value by making our output high. By making our high output low. So it has reached 2, 1, and on the terminal count output became high again. We have already received the next count 4, but it will not start counting because we have not received the input from the gate pin. That is the important thing. We can get the various count values, but until and unless we receive the input on the gate pin, we cannot start counting. So here we have received the gate pin high value, and after that in the next clock cycle it will start down counting the second count value, which is 4. So that is the major role of the gate input in our mode 1. So all the output and all the counting process is triggered by the gate input in mode 1.